Hey guys, Sam here with FinzTwinsTV, back with another video. Hope you're all having a great holiday season. In today's video, we're doing something we've never done before on the channel, and that's going to be painting fishing lures. Now the bait we're going to be painting today is a Spro rock crawler. Now anytime you get a bait right out of the package, go ahead and take the eyes out. You can do it with a razor blade, a fish hook, anything sharp, get under the eye and pop it out. Now once you've done that, I like to grab a 3M pad. You can use the green ones, a lot of guys use those. This one here is the brownish purple color. Pick these up at Home Depot. I'm just gonna go around and scuff this bait up and give this paint something to stick to. So now as you can see, our bait is nice and scuffed up. So now we're gonna put some tape on the bill. Alright, so I'm just gonna be using some normal painter's tape. This is a little thinner than a lot of the normal painter's tape. Like this stuff you can get around some of the smaller spots on the bill. I'll just run around across the top. I like to use smaller pieces instead of one big one. I don't like having just a straight line across the front. Now one little thing I'll do, get a little popsicle stick like this, and I'll run up all the little edges around the bill. Make sure it's pushed down firmly. Last thing you want is some paint coming up under your tape on the bill. So we've got it taped up now. I use this little guy called Helping Hands. And I'm gonna just use one side of it. Put that bait right in there. And we're good to start painting. Now I'm using an Iwata Airbrush all Createx paint. I'm gonna start off with opaque white. Run some of that in there. And this is just going to be used for a base coat. Alright, so I'll get my hair dryer, put it on there for about 10-15 seconds just to dry some of this paint up. So then I'll put one more light coat of this white. Alright, that looks good. Get the hair dryer back out. Alright, so now I'm going to get this Createx fluorescent orange. Shake it up good. Now I'm going to go almost all the way around the bait with this color. Focus on the bottom, make sure you get it really thick. And you can leave the top without this fluorescent orange paint on it. Now one thing you want to keep in mind when using this fluorescent paint, it's a lot thinner than like your opaque paints. So you're going to put some lighter coats on there, or when you get the blow dryer to blow that paint around and leave ripples in it. Alright, we can go ahead and blow dry that. Now make sure you got good thick coat of this fluorescent orange on there. Now right now my gun's sitting at about 25 PSI. Seems to work pretty well for this. Alright, we've got a good coat on there. Now we're going to blow dry it. But this time we got to make sure it's super dry. So we're going to give it about a minute with the hair dryer, and then we're going to let it sit there and cool down for a little bit. Alright, so for this part we're going to be adding some texture to the bait, and we're going to be using some wire ribbon. So we're going to cut this to the dimensions of this bait. Now this bait's about 1 inch tall, so I'm probably going to cut this about, let's say about 3 inches, 3.5 inches. Make sure we have plenty of room to hold it at the bottom. Alright, now that we got our ribbon cut out, we can put it up. And we're gonna grab some clips. Got some alligator clips, some little ones, some bigger ones. And then one thing I found that works really well is these big paper clips. Alrighty, so we're gonna take our ribbon. We're gonna wrap it around the bait. Then we're gonna clamp it right at the bottom. Now try and be careful you don't nick the bottom of the bait with your clips. That paint will come off really easy. Just try and get it as tight as you can. You don't want any space between your ribbon and that bait. Now your goal here is to make this ribbon as tight as possible, but you still want to make sure that your sides don't have anything in the way of them. Alright, so what that is going to do is once we put our next color on, you're still going to have some orange lines coming through from the back. Alright, so now we're going to get the transparent green Createx. Put a decent bit in there. And then a transparent black, and then we're just going to put a drop, maybe 2 drops of black in there just to darken it up a little bit. Alright, so that's going to give us a dark green. Then we're going to spray that on there, just on the sides. We're going to leave the bottom orange. Now between every coat, we're going to blow dry it just to make sure we don't have any clump up. I'll put a little more on there. Alright, now that we have that dark green in there, then we're just going to get the normal green, spray some of that on there too, just to lighten it up a little bit. You can make it darker and lighter in some spots like those crawfish have. Alright, so once we have the green dried up, go ahead and pull our clips off. Once again, be careful with your clips not to nick the bait. That paint, super easy to come off. Alright, so now I'll take our netting and I'll slowly peel it off. Alright, there we go. Orange bottom, marbles up into that green with the orange background. It's pretty cool looking. Alright, so we're going to keep it going with the green. That same Createx transparent green. We'll turn our PSIs in a little. And we're going to run this straight up the back of the bait. Alright, so next I'm using a Tim Gore's paint, still a Createx color. This one's called the Diseased Umber. Just gonna darken it up a little bit, make it a little more natural.
Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some transparent black paint. Turn my PSIs down real low. Make sure we have a real thin and narrow stream. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this bait over. I'm going to give it a little bit of shell to it. I just have a jagged in edge right here. I'll start here right behind the eye. I'm going to paint along that line.
That's it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Go down in the comment section below and let me know if you want to see more painting videos like these. I'll see you next time on FinzTwinsTV.